This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. It's Wilson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown, New York.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7, Seahawks 0.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Seahawks take over first down. Here we go. Their own 21-yard line.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. First carry here for Ken Walker. And some room to roam now. Taking it right down Broadway. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. When they got down 7-0, they said, we'll go for 2. We'll help you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he's got it. And he's brought down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have moved out in front. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows this versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
14, Seahawks 8.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Running left, it's Penny. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And down to the 41.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that'll boost their lead to 9. It's 17-8.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And way out past the 35 before he's taken down. They go play action with Wilson.
This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
With the score, Jets 17, Seahawks 8.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. Now Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
It's his man again. It's Moore.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To try again after the sack. Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, 52 yards. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for two here. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for two. They're going to try and run. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides. Moving
and now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The
second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 50 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he's in to get them 2 more. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Paul ought to give up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here
than
down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Goodwin able to haul it in. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Another try after the first down sack. Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
From the 25 on second down, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DJ Reed. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here.
Wilson going to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8.
Seahawks 32.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll try the air now with Smith. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Now Geno. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Geno now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 39 yards. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
Seahawks 32. Breaks Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes it at the 7. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. From the gun, it's Walker. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And Walker once more. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Penny is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 8 yards pickup. 1st down, New York.
They'll go again with Hall. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Play action. It's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Wilson wants to throw it. Touchdown, Jets.
The 2 Wilsons, Zach and Garrett, teaming up there. And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
They'll try and throw for it. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
One last shot at the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel.